Welcome to La Asunción, the capital city of Isla de Margarita. La Asunción is one of the first Spanish settlements in Isla de Margarita. And today we are going to explore the capital city of Isla de Margarita, La Asunción. So yeah, Isla de Margarita, before the Spanish people, the Spanish colonizers arrived, a lot of indigenous people were living here. Called the Guayqueris. Correct me if I'm wrong, if I pronounce it correctly, but the Guayqueris lived in Isla de Margarita because, of course, the Spanish people arrived, and the Spanish people got rid of all those people. So what you will find in La Asunción and Isla de Margarita is a lot of like houses which refer to the time when the Spanish people colonized Isla de Margarita. We have our compañero Timo. He is resting a bit on Plaza Bolivar, but today we are going to explore La Asunción. So Christopher Columbus is believed to have discovered the island in the 15th century, and after that, Isla de Margarita was like colonized by the Spanish people until the liberation of Venezuela. This is also one of the oldest churches in all of Venezuela. The church is called Nuestra Señora de la Asunción Cathedral because it was one of the first Spanish settlements during the colonization of Venezuela. Of course, this country was not called Venezuela back in the days. After the liberation in 1811, it's really quiet on the streets right now. Hola, señor. ¿Tú eres de Isla de Margarita? ¿Por qué es muy, como se dice, tranquilo en las calles? Sí. ¿Dónde hay la gente?
No sé, no.
No sabes. Okay. ¿Por qué hay mercados aquí?
Mercado de baño, sí.
¿Mercado dónde?
Allá.
A la derecha.
Sí.
Mercado de comida.
Sí.
Pero local.
Local, sí.
Tradicional.
Sí.
Okay, bueno, muchas gracias. Ciao. So it's maybe nice to visit some local places, but it's also a weekday, so less crowdy. But right now it's a holiday in Venezuela for the children. But a lot of people go to the beach, of course, and it's around 1 p.m. in the afternoon, so it's also really hot to walk in the city. So that's also one reason that it's more quiet on the streets right now. So Isla de Margarita was a strategic location for the Spanish people, and during the 16th and 17th century there were also a lot of pirate attacks because of this easy to attack location. The Spanish people here had a lot of like sugar plantations, and they brought a lot of slaves from Africa to work on those sugar plantations. So it's a really picturesque town, because I can call it a town, I think, because it's really small. So we were the other day on the beach, and I wanted to find some local food, like some food with squid, because that's the food in Isla de Margarita, and we couldn't find it. So I think we can find it here. It's also lunchtime, so hopefully we can find some traditional food. Because in Venezuela sometimes the food, for instance in Merida you have local food, but everywhere you have arepas, everywhere you have cachapas, those kind of plates. But I want to try something from Isla de Margarita. We are going to hunt for some good local food. Maybe we can also find some locals. As you can see, the street's really beautiful. It's like a sort of Spanish town, of course, because of the Spanish colonization. It has a Spanish look, and it has a lot of like little squares. Really beautiful to sit down, and a lot of beautiful houses. Let's walk to the city center and let's try to find some local plates. So I just checked if there were some local restaurants. They gave me the advice to go here, but this restaurant is closed since the pandemic. So we have to go again to the boulevard where we started the video, because that's like the center of the city, and there we could find some local food. I thought it was a really touristy place, but nothing is really touristy here. So let's go back to the center of the city, and then hopefully we can find some yeah, traditional food there. So in the center also nothing to find, only like restaurants where they sell fries, empanadas, those kind of things. Not what we need right now. But this is also a sort of restaurant. Looks touristy, but let's check. No, they only sell like cakes and those kind of things. Really difficult to find local seafood here. I don't know why the people don't eat it or where the restaurants are. But yeah, let's continue the journey to find it, and then we see each other hopefully at a good local traditional restaurant. Good morning from the part of Isla de Margarita, which is called Catalan. We are at Rancho Palito y Romero, and this rancho is a sort of posada. So a couple from Caracas owns this place, and what they want to do, they want to create a sort of like co-working space, like those remote working spaces you have in Bali, Indonesia. So they bought this property. This is like the place where you can park your car. This is where they want to build like apartments. They have a swimming pool, a shower there, and here they also want to construct apartments. And behind this house they have like a big terrace where you can also sit down. So really relaxing place. I stayed here for 2 nights, but yeah, we are now going to leave to Juan Griego. Juan Griego is also one of the bigger cities in Isla de Margarita. So we have to cycle up to a really steep mountain. That's what I saw on Google Maps. Sometimes it's a bit difficult to see exactly how steep the road is, because the maps in Venezuela are not really updated. So sometimes I can see it, sometimes it's a surprise. So good to know that we have to cycle up to a mountain. It's early, it's like 7:45 in the morning, so we have a lot of time to get there. Juan Griego is a city which lays next to the sea, so it's next to the sea. So yesterday we went to La Asunción, that's the capital city. A really beautiful and small capital city, but not a lot of people, really quiet there. We also couldn't find like local seafood from Isla de Margarita, so that was disappointing a bit. So let's go to Juan Griego, see you on the road, and let's see what we are going to find on the road. I don't know where I'm going to stay when I'm in Juan Griego, but that's also something we need to find out. We can do the same as in El Yaque, so camping. We can also maybe find a posada, but let's see, part of the adventure that we don't know where to sleep. So let's get on the bicycle, let's get Chimo, and then see you on the road to Juan Griego. So we just had to cycle up to some hills, really sweaty, and there's no sun right now, but it's really like humid and hot here. So I think we can go down right now. Hopefully it stays like that and there will not be more hills than this. But in the far distance I can already see the ocean in that direction there. So let's go down. Let's go to Juan Griego. It's not that far, so I think we will reach Juan Griego in like 1.5 hours. So we don't cycle a lot on Isla de Margarita. The distances are not really large, but it's just a tour around the island. So we will stay the night in Juan Griego, and then we will go back to Punta de Piedras. So let's go down and see you in Juan Griego. And we arrived in Juan Griego, Paseo Turístico La Marina. So this must be the beach or the sea. So let's see. Again, really quiet. Maybe because it's in the morning or I'm in the wrong spot, but they have like a really nice square here where you can sit down. Of course with the sign Amo Juan Griego. And indeed we have the sea here. I think what we are going to do is find a place to drink something, and then we are going to take a dip in the sea, and then we are going to explore Juan Griego. It looks like quite a nice town, also because it's next to the sea. So yeah, let's find a place to drink something, and then we are going to explore Juan Griego. So we are in Juan Griego. We just drank a coffee. Y este señor es de Syria, ¿sí? Syria. Sí. And I was asking him, okay, where can I sleep tonight? So there are a couple of options. I can go to the fort, so that's on top of the mountain. I can ask them there if I could stay there. I can also go to the Guardia Nacional, so the military station there, to ask if I can stay there. He said that I need to, yo necesito regalar algo por los militares, see? Like bread or like a drink to stay there. So I can ask them, or I can stay in a posada for $10 per night. That's a really cheap posada there. They have water, electricity, those kind of things. So that's also a good option. So I'm going to think about what I'm going to do. Because I maybe want to camp, but if I go to the fort, I can't go to the beach easily because the fort is on the mountain there. So Siad was telling me, I asked him, okay, can I sleep on the beach? And he said, yeah, that's a bit dangerous because there are around como 10 borrachos aquí, sí, en la plaza. See, so it's a bit dangerous to sleep on the beach. Because when you go to camp there, those drunk guys can annoy you in the night and they can rob your things, so that's a bit dangerous. So we are not going to do that. But he's from Syria. He lived in the south of Syria and he came to Venezuela like 15 years ago. Now he has like a sort of panaderia, so where he sells like bread and those kind of things. Tú eres de todo de Syria? Sí, ah, sí, Líbano.
Libanese.
Mucho gusto.
Mucho gusto.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Ya barak.
كيف حالك؟ ¿Qué? ¿Cómo? Bien, bien. ¿Kifa qué?
Kifa Enet.
Tú. Kifa Enet.
Enet, eso.
Es como estás?
¿Cómo estás tú?
Ah, bien, todo fino, todo fino. But as you can see, a big Syrian community. ¿Por qué hay mucha gente de Siria aquí? ¿Por qué?
Porque somos un país maravilloso, todo el mundo viene para acá.
Ah, sí. Pero hace mucho tiempo.
Sí, hay gente hace 100 años más.
Ah, toda la familia nació aquí.
Sí, hay mucha familia nació aquí, sí.
Ah, pero también después, durante la guerra en Siria, ¿o no?
Después de la guerra mucha gente vino para acá. No mucha gente por la guerra, no. Vino mucha gente para acá.
¿Y qué es eso? No, que tú tienes en tus manos.
¿Qué es?
Eso. Porque siempre los...
Eso es algo de allá.
es del Corán.
No, algo de recer o algo así, lo lleva así como...
Para hacer algo.
Sí, sí.
Ah, claro, ok.
Eso es bueno para el corazón, ¿no?
Sí, bueno.
Mover la mano.
Welcome to the city center of Juan Griego. Today we are going to explore Juan Griego. We found a posada, $10 per night, really cheap. I will definitely not recommend that place because it's a bit like sketchy, but it's a cheap place, so that's what we need, of course, during this trip. But we are now on Plaza Bolivar, and as you can see, there's a statue of Simon Bolivar. Simon Bolivar was one of the most important persons in the independence of Venezuela, And yeah, Simon Bolivar used this location, Juan Griego, to recruit troops and to launch military campaigns. Juan Griego, yeah, is next to the sea, so yeah, it was a really vulnerable location as well. There were a lot of like pirate attacks, attacks from Spanish troops, attacks from revolutionary groups. So a really important location also in the independence of Venezuela. So today we are going to explore Juan Griego, so join me on my tour through the city. It's a bit busier than La Asunción, so that's good. We see more movement on the streets because it's a bit later on the day, so the sun is less strong. But join me on my tour through Juan Griego, and I'm going to show you today what the city has to offer, yeah, and what you can do in this city. So we are now walking on the main promenade of Juan Griego. So this is like the place where you can go to the beach. So as you can see on this beach, yeah, you have a lot of like fishermen boats. And this must also be the place with the most beautiful sunset in all of Isla de Margarita. So in around 1 hour we can watch the sunset, but before that we are going to explore a bit. So on the main promenade you have a lot of like shops, some restaurants, but not a lot, and the restaurants are, yeah, not really expensive. You pay around $10 I think for a meal. I left Chimo at the Posada because when I walk with him he gets really exhausted. And yeah, puppies cannot walk like a lot, so therefore it's better to let him there so he can relax a bit. But let's walk to that side of Juan Griego. Maybe we can find some local life there, and maybe we can find a good place to watch the sunset and maybe eat something. So on that side of the city you have the fort of Juan Griego, Fortín de la Galera. And that fort was really important back in the days to protect Isla de Margarita from pirate attacks. So here's a guy fishing. Hola, señor. Señor, tengo una pregunta. ¿Sabes dónde puedo encontrar un restaurante muy local con, por ejemplo, pulpo, pero con precios normal? Porque allá es muy turístico, ¿sí?
Sí, allá es caro.
Pero no allá en el pueblo donde hay lugar.
No,
no restaurantes, nada.
No.
So yeah, I think it's going to be really hard to find a local restaurant. We are trying to find it, but really difficult. So let's enter like a local neighborhood of Isla de Margarita, and then I can show you, yeah, how the people live here. So yeah, it feels like a really small village. People are on the streets here, and you have a lot of pescaderias, so places where you can buy like fish, mostly in the morning, because yeah, the fishermen go to fish in the night sometimes. And they arrive in the morning so they can sell the fish fresh on the market. Yeah, so the people here live really beautiful. So yeah, next to their house they have the sea with the sunset, always beautiful in Juan Griego. But to be honest, I expected something different from Isla de Margarita, more like, yeah, more life in those cities. But it feels really dead on the island. So that's a bit sad, because yeah, it's a really beautiful island, but there's not a lot of life on the streets. ¿Tú eres de aquí, de Juan Griego?
Sí.
Ah, yo estoy buscando un lugar para comer algo.
Para comer.
Sí, sí. ¿Cuál es tu nombre?
¿Dónde en carro a pie?
Yo, pie. Nosotros tenemos lo mismo zapatos. Bueno, pero aquí no hay mucha para conocer, ¿sí?
No.
¿Tú eres familia?
Mira, vamos.
Amigo.
Mira, te puedo llevar a. Oye, la avenida, porque tú agarras la avenida.
¿Una qué?
La avenida, porque tú agarras la avenida.
La Bonilla?
Sí, la avenida Juan Griego.
Ah, la avenida. Ah, claro, claro.
Yo te vamos.
Ah, ok, vamos.
Vamos.
Sí, sí, sí. Bueno, bueno. So this is a real local from Isla de Margarita. Hola, buenas. No, yo busco algo local, algo de aquí, pero difícil para encontrar. Ok, bueno. ¿Y cuál es tu nombre? ¿Cuál es tu nombre?
Juan.
Juan, mucho gusto.
Juan José.
Juan José, ah, sí. ¿Y tú naciste acá?
Sí, aquí.
¿Y cuántos años tienes tú?
61.
61, 61.
61.
Ah, sí, 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 sí. ¿Tienes familia aquí?
Sí.
Ok. ¿Y toda la familia vive acá en Juan Griego?
Sí.
Ok.
Mira lo que estaba sentado, ahí.
¿El muchacho? ¿Es tu hijo?
Esa es mi familia.
¿Es tu familia?
Sí, mi sobrina y mi hermano y todo ahí.
Yeah, a bit difficult to understand the man, but I don't know where he's going to bring me to, but it seems like a real local. ¿Y puedes decir algo sobre la vida aquí?
¿Cómo?
Sobre la vida, ¿puedes decir algo?
Ah, ¿cómo es la vida?
No, algo sobre la vida. La vida.
Bueno, pescado.
Pescado. Mhm.
Sí, pescado.
Solo pescado aquí.
Pescado.
Allá es perros calientes. Eso es perros calientes allá.
Pero caliente.
Ah, perros calientes.
¿Qué comen?
No perros calientes. Yo comí mucho perros calientes acá en Venezuela.
No tienes hambre.
Sí, pero yo busco algo local.
Ah, como hamburguesa.
No hamburguesa. Yo busco plato con pescado, como pulpo.
Oh, ya, unos sopitos, unos tapados.
No, pizza? No. So he says hamburguesa is really traditional, but yeah, that's the cheap food you will find in Venezuela, in Juan Griego. So if you want real pescado, you need to go to the fish market in the morning, and then you can prepare it yourself. Sí.
¿Tú estás filmando ahí, no?
Sí, para la vida aquí en Juan Griego. Yo quiero mostrar la vida en Juan Griego.
Mira, eso va vamos mundial.
¿Mundial?
Sí.
¿Quién?
Eso.
¿Tú? ¿Quieres?
Lo que está grabando, ¿vamos mundial?
¿Quieres mundial?
Sí.
Sí, eso es mundial.
Mundial.
Mundial. Eso es para mi programa de televisión en YouTube.
¿Cómo?
Sí.
Ya se me sabe para filmar.
Pero ¿quieres decir algo a los turistas?
Lo único que
en el mundo?
yo en esta vida, que es salud, amor y dinero.
Eso es lo más importante. Bueno, muchas gracias. Y eso es la avenida principal, ¿sí?
Sí.
Ok, bueno.
Yo un tabaco.
¿Un tabaco?
Sí.
No tengo tabaco. Okay, so that was a real local from Juan Griego. So we achieved something that we met a real local. But yeah, he also couldn't tell me a lot. Really difficult to understand the guy. I think he didn't have like teeth to talk. But we are going back to the point where we can see the sunset, because that's something I can show you. So yeah, Isla de Margarita. To go alone, if you want real peace, then you need to go to Isla de Margarita, to Juan Griego and La Asunción, those places. It's really quiet, really beautiful as well, but it's abandoned, so on the places I visited, of course. Maybe you know other places which are like more, yeah, with more people, with more life, but I still need to find that. We still have a couple of days on Isla de Margarita. You have some goats as well. So yeah, go to Isla de Margarita, yeah, with your love, with your friends maybe, to go kite surfing, to do those kind of things. But to go alone, yeah, it's a bit, yeah, boring, let's say, if you are looking for like busyness. But good that we have also have this experience, that we visited this island. And for the next time I'm going to bring someone to Isla de Margarita, because going alone to this place is not yeah, not the best place for me. So yeah, we are almost back in the center of Juan Griego, and see you at the sunset. Okay, so because of Jose we also missed the sunset. It was like 5 minutes ago. So yeah, we have to get back in next time to see the beautiful sunset in Juan Griego. But still really beautiful view, of course. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully you learned something about the history of Isla de Margarita. As I said, we are going to stay for some more days on Isla de Margarita. We are going to cycle a bit more to some other cities, and maybe we can explore some more local life of the island. So yeah, give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and thank you for watching this video. And we are going to see each other next time on the YouTube channel in Venezuela.